Autoline Daily is brought to you by Bridgestone, passion for excellence. Dow Automotive Systems, improving durability and increasing design flexibility with Betamate structural adhesives at dowbetamate.com. And by Hyundai. Experience the 2011 Hyundai Sonata today at hyundaisonata.com.
This is Autoline Daily for December 21st, 2010, and now the news. Toyota was hit with another fine in the U.S. in regards to its tardy handling of recalls over safety issues. According to the AP, the company will pay $32.4 million to the U.S. government, and that's on top of a $16.4 million fine the company paid earlier in the year to a related investigation. The penalty settles investigations over how the company handled recalls over sticky accelerator pedals and steering relay rods that could break. Even though Toyota agreed to pay the fine, the company does not admit that it violated any U.S. laws. A couple of months back, Dodge revealed its overhauled 2011 Charger, and now it's Chrysler's turn. It just released shots of its redesigned 300. In keeping with some of its other recent updates, this rear-wheel drive four-door gets new bodywork, but the silhouette still looks pretty similar to today's version. The front end gets a redesigned grille with wispy horizontal chrome bars, while the daytime running lights are comprised of a string of LEDs. The windshield's been raked back 3 inches, which actually requires quite a significant sheet metal change. But the interior is where Chrysler really went to town. Everything looks elegant, soft, and luxurious. The gauges and other controls light up with a sapphire blue illumination, while the center stack is dominated by a huge 8.4-inch navigation screen with the company's Uconnect Touch infotainment system. Expect it to be powered by either a Hemi V8 or the brand new Pentastar V6, and you can look for the 2011 Chrysler 300 at dealerships in the first quarter of next year. GM's Cadillac division is getting a new voice. Award-winning actor Lawrence Fishburne will lend his mellifluous tones to the brand's upcoming television advertising. The campaign will launch during the Rose Bowl that will be telecast on New Year's Day. Hey, is this a sneak peek of the next Sentra? Nissan unveiled an all-new global sedan called the Sunny at the auto show in Guangzhou, China. The vehicle will first go on sale in China next year and then will be shipped worldwide. The model will probably replace the Sentra in the U.S. It comes equipped with a 1.5-liter four-cylinder that's mated to its next-generation Xtronic CVT. The Chinese version has a starting price of $12,400. 4 automotive trade groups are asking a federal appeals court to overturn a ruling by the U.S. EPA that allows gasoline blends with 15% ethanol, or what they call E15. The Alliance of Automobile Manufacturers is part of the challenge, Bloomberg reports. I find that interesting because GM, Ford, and Chrysler are part of that group, and they've been the biggest proponents of flex fuel vehicles that can run on E85. They also make vehicles for sale in Brazil that can run on anything from E22 to E100. So why are the Detroit 3 all of a sudden against E15? Here's my Autoline insight. They get very generous credits that apply to the corporate average fuel economy standards for every flex fuel vehicle that they make. But if all of a sudden ethanol starts showing up in higher concentrations in all gasoline for all cars, like it would with E15, they could be in danger of seeing those flex fuel credits go away. You know, I don't know how the Detroit 3 can say with a straight face that E15 could damage their engines. Hey, interesting article from Wards. It reports that automakers worry that California's strict emissions regulations may be getting out way in front of what customers will really buy. For example, the California Air Resources Board is pushing to get 1 million plug-in electric cars on the state's roads in the next 9 years. But it took Toyota 12 years to sell 1 million Priuses all around the world. It quotes the California New Car Dealers Association as saying they don't want to see a bunch of green cars just sitting on their lots. because not enough people want to buy them. And speaking of government and regulations, the Secretary of Transportation, Ray LaHood, wants to ban truck and bus drivers from using cell phones while driving. Reuters reports this would affect 4 million drivers who are already banned from texting while driving. It's an effort by the Secretary to reduce accidents caused by distracted driving. And you know, traffic accidents and fatalities in the U.S. are now at an all-time historic low. They've dropped dramatically. In fact, you could argue that, statistically speaking, the more that these electronic gizmos show up in cars, the lower the accident rate has become. I wouldn't make that argument, but you could do it. Coming up next, to look at the highest performance car that Ford sells in Europe, the Focus Rally Sport.
Introducing Bridgestone's third generation of run-flat tires with groundbreaking new Bridgestone technologies. Bridgestone run-flat tires offer improved ride comfort, lower rolling resistance, and improved wear while giving you the peace of mind and comfort you need.
Ford makes a fantastic version of the Focus in Europe known as the RS, which stands for Rally Sport. Here's what I thought about the car. Here's my instant impression of the Ford Focus RS. RS stands for Rally Sport. It's the high edition, high performance edition of the Focus that's only available in Europe, not available in the US. Plus, I've got to add that this is the RS 500. What's the 500 mean? They only made 500 of these, and they really tricked it out nicely. It's black on black, this flat matte black with very nice accents here that are in a gloss black. Plus, with the 500 version of this car, you get an extra 50 horsepower. This car has roughly 350 horses, and man, it puts the power down. Really handles nicely, even though it's got that much power in a front drive car. I love the wing that they've added on the back here. I love the gloss black wheels. And when you get around to the rear of this thing, you see that it's got a Venturi-like effect to it. This car is all about performance, nothing else. Price tag, they say it's about 35,000 pounds. That translates into roughly $50,000. What's it like to drive it? Come on, I'll show you. I promise you that we will have full driving impressions of the Focus RS in an upcoming edition of Autoline Daily. And that brings us to the end of today's report on the top news in the global automotive industry. Thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.